So here we can see the thumb wheels, the two thumb wheels on which the bridge is going to rest, and you can see that just by turning the thumb wheel, which you can do once the bridge is on, you can adjust the height, so it can go quite high and at the same time it can go all the way down so it touches the base. I'm not going to quite put it all the way down. At the moment I'm going to adjust them so they're roughly the same height. And just from this back angle, without the stop bar in place, you can see how the thumb wheels adjust the height and how you have control over each side when you're adjusting it. You can also see that this bridge has a slight curve to it. One of the great things about Tune-O-Matic bridge like this is it very easily will go on any sort of arch top guitar. Whereas if you had a more fixed flat bridge, sort of Fender style, it's not going to screw down onto a curved surface. So you'd either have to flatten out the surface or somehow get one with a curve in it. Whereas this one easily allows that adjustment.
To set up the string height, it's easier to do in the playing position, but it's easier to film with the guitar like it is on the setup table. I am aiming for the 12th fret here for the string height of the lower E to be 2mm, so 2mm off of the top of the fret. This string gauge I'm using has got these black marks which show the different heights, different gaps. The gap between the top of the fret and the underside of the string should be that 2mm black rectangle, and it's maybe slightly too low. The other thing to note about string height is it is very much your own taste. Some people prefer their actions higher than others. I tend to set up all my guitars when they come out of the workshop at 2mm for the 6th and the 5th string, the E and the A, 1.5mm for the middle strings, the D and the G, and then the top strings, the B and the E, to be 1mm. You can adjust the height of the strings by turning the screws at each end of the bridge. Essentially, you can make each side higher or lower, and you can adjust them independently. So this side could go higher whilst this one goes lower, or vice versa, or both higher, both lower. What it means is you can't individually change the height of each saddle. You change the height or the angle of the height of the bridge, so then they all change at the same time. But essentially what you're doing is raising or lowering the string height at the bridge by making the saddle higher or lower. In this case, as I want to make the string higher on this side, I'm going to turn it, make it very slightly higher. One more thing to point out is that a guitar neck has a radius, so it's got a bit of a curve, and the centre will be higher than the edges of the neck. And this means that these screws here that go through the centre of the saddle, if I put a ruler against it, you'll see the end ones are level and the middle ones are a bit higher. If I put the ruler on the top here, you'll see the middle saddles touch the ruler and there's a gap on the edge. Gap on the edge ones. That's so that when the strings go over here, the ones in the middle are higher than the ones on the edges, which actually means with the radius of the neck, they'll be more or less equidistant from the neck, depending on how you raise the thumb screws on each side, the thumb wheels on each side.